You okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm sweet.
Number 37 loses consciousness and collapses head first.
Roll over onto your side. Roll over to your side.
Hold there.
You just blacked out, mate.
Blacked out, mate.
Okay, sit back up so it's fucking comfortable for you. Okay, take your webbing off, mate.
The guerrillas now decide to test 28's leadership by creating a power struggle. They take number 37 aside, telling him he is now the leader.
Fellas, same rotation plan, let's go.
He's not running the show, mate. I am running the show.
He told me, mate, I'm the only
matter. No, it doesn't matter. He's not the fucking boss now.
Speak to him, mate. Right. I'm just doing as I'm told, right?
Yeah, no, you'll do what I tell you to do. Get back out on the flank, you're on the left flank. I will speak with him, okay? You talk with me. Why are you speaking to me?
He's only going to speak to me, mate, alright?
Mate, we don't need to talk to him, we need to follow him. Right now? I need you back out on the left flank.
Alright, let's go. Let's go, fellas. Start pushing through.
Don't fight me on the flank. Get back out on the left flank, please. Thank you. Now.
All right, guys, so when situations like these come up, like I mentioned earlier, when in charge, be in charge. When it's your time to follow, then follow, all right? I'm sure these guys knew exactly how this was set up, right? If Cadre puts you in charge, can somebody else technically, fire you and hire you in case of these guerrilla chiefs? Let me know, guys, because I'm not familiar with this scenario. However, the guy that's in charge, he handled it correctly. Hey, check it out, man. I'm in charge. I need you to execute, right? When you are in charge, I followed you. I gave you 100%. I need you to do the same for me, all right? So I think he handled it well. You guys let me know in the comment section. Let's keep watching.
Every single soldier that we select is a leader in his own right. The officers need to be leaders of these leaders. Perhaps one or two individuals aren't very good at working in a small team environment. Therefore, you'll start to see the fractures occurring during the conduct of those simple tasks.
In the end, 28 is officially told to relinquish the command.
Commander, alright, steady there, fellas. Grab it.
The group is now 5 hours into the task, and 53's pain-killing injection has worn off.
What are you doing?
I'm going.
You're going home.
So what do you guys do for 53? Do you keep pushing or do you quit? Guys, last segment of this selection process, reaction video edition. Let me know what you guys want to see me react to next. Let me know what you guys want to see me give commentary on next. Let's finish this thing off.
Is that it?
Yep. Stay close to me.
Kent.
Okay. Right, so you're no longer on the course. So you can take that off. You take off your number. No longer a candidate. Okay, once the rest of the team moves off, you hang on to that. Make sure you hand it back to the accused when you bail out.
Guys, it's not an easy decision to make, right? And what I always tell guys is don't judge anybody that's made it this far and that's given it their all. Because at the end of the day, you didn't have the balls to go yourself, so who are you to judge that guy? But it's not an easy decision by no means. Let's keep watching.
I don't know what God's plan is for my life, so life's life, and as I said, it's all part of the journey, as I said at the start. And who knows where mine's going, but this was part of it, obviously.
19 days ago, 130 men started the selection course. Now only 38 remain.
Underneath the lamplight by the barracks gate, darling, I remember the way we used to wait. It was there that you whispered tenderly, that you love me. You'll always be.
I remember we used to try to do that shit during selection. Cadre would get so pissed. They were like, shut the fuck up. And have us keep moving. It's funny.
My lily of the lamplight, my own lily of the lamp.
The long physical days without food are exhausting, but it's the nights that bring the real mental anguish. After 3 days of no food or sleep, these men have arrived at the main guerrilla camp. They sit before the Supreme Commander, Mumu.
Soldiers of Australia, thank you very much for coming to my country and help me fight my war here in Bindunia. I hope that what I have seen so far is not a indication of the sort of soldiers you are. You are moving very slowly, you are disorganized.
After days without any form of nourishment, the offer of a ceremonial drink is a welcome one.
Thank you. This is our deity, the God we pray to. What is wrong? It is good wine, yes?
Yes, very good.
Did you finish it all?
Yes, I did.
You did, very good.
The local brew is made from vinegar mixed with fish oil and food dye.
Have you finished? No. Please. It shows an inner strength. This inner strength, I'd like to keep it inner. If you would please stand, because this is liberation song, everybody must stand. It is not a sitting, except for my wives. If you will follow after me, I will sing first line and you will repeat, yes? In my dreams we break the chains that hold this place together.
In my dreams we break the chains that hold this place together.
In my dreams the consequences would be so much better.
In my dreams the consequences would be so much better.
We'll fight and kill the enemy and drive him from our land.
We'll fight and kill the enemy and drive him from our land.
And in the end we are so proud of this great pile of sand.
And in the end we are so proud of this great pile of sand.
Liberation!
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 By the end of the...
So at this point, even though these guys don't have a lot left, they know they're right around the corner, right? They know success is any days now, right? So they're just going to keep pushing and keep digging until they get to the end.
Tonight you will be singing it as fluently as I am.
Commander Mumu now asks the Australians to build a chicken pen with the promise of an irresistible reward.
Apparently, there's chickens come tonight and we can eat them if we get the chicken chicken.
They must also fill sandbags to build a bigger foundation for the deity.
What is it? What do you do with that?
I'm going to dig with it.
You're going to dig? You don't look like you're digging to me. Oh, you pull it away from me? You're being rude to me.
No, I'm not touching the woman. It's just, I will get in very big trouble, ma'am, if you touch my weapon. Please, please do not, ma'am. I do not wish for any trouble.
You asked
please.
nicely. You do not have to pull
Could I put the commander's wife? I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. Could I please have my weapon back?
The presence of Mumu's wives is an escalating problem for the candidates.
This is not accepted in my country. I am the commander of the camp. You do not talk to my wife.
As their maddening fatigue grows, the cycle of chores continues. The chicken pen is never built well enough.
How many star pickets do I give you?
3.
What does that tell you?
Triangle.
These chickens are from Bermuda. It is triangle chicken pen.
So everything these guys are going through at this point is to keep them awake, you know, and you can just see defeat in their faces, but they're pushing through. This is comical because, again, we go through some of the same training.
We can do that, Moon. We have to, we need more time though.
And the sandbags are never filled correctly.
Did you know you weren't allowed to dig a hole?
I thought you said no big holes.
You have left holes here for people to trip in. Put the dirt back in the holes.
Most guys are just pretty tired and like mentally over it. Just playing these games is starting to wear thin on a few people's patience. We found out yesterday that quite a lot of guys have withdrawn at own request. Statistically it's going to happen, so You just pray that, you know, your body holds out till the end. Excuse us.
Throughout this exercise, the men must prove they can remain respectful of other cultures while in difficult and dangerous situations.
You have been with my wife.
No, definitely not. No way. Mumu, no, definitely not me. Look, I swear to God.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
No, wait.
Shoot him!
Look, like that.
Do not tell me what to do.
You have been with my wife! Were you with my wife?
No, I just didn't hear the call. Remember?
Shoot him. Who has got...
Wait. I admit it. Yeah, I admit it.
So at this point, guys, what they're looking for, it's for the group, right? Because even though you are in this foreign country, even though you're working with an indigenous force, guess what? We are still here on behalf of the Australian government. So they know for a fact that, hey, if they try to shoot this guy, the might of the Australian military is going to come down on them. So whoever is in charge here, the officer, typically the highest ranking individual, that's where he steps in. And he's like, check it out, Mumu. We love to be here. We love to help you. However, let me remind you of something. I am still in charge. All right. I am still King Kong in these parts of the world that you ultimately run. Right. I am here on behalf of your requests. You don't get to execute my men. That's not going to happen. Right. So that's what they're looking for here in these role playing roles.
He admits it! Commander? The shoe is on the other foot now. He admits it. Do you think this is going to let you off?
I just want to be honest with you, Mimi.
Commander, how will you deal with him?
I'm not sure yet, but I'll promise you I'll come up with something. I will be honest. I will be honest though. We won't kill him because it's not part of our culture. It's not fucking part of our laws.
This is not part of your country.
Exactly. But at the same time, can you afford to kill? You'll ultimately have to kill 10 Australian soldiers. What's that going to do for your cause? The assistance we can offer you.
Exactly.
The dramatic scenarios continue through the night, and the promised chickens never arrive.
Yeah, in my dreams the consequences would be so much better. Fight to kill the enemy and drive him from our land.
In the end, we are so proud of this great ball of sand. The road, there we go. Starting good. Because I'm retarded.
This is a bullshit tide.
By the next morning, the men are dazed and exhausted. Now,
guys, if you don't know what the body does when you haven't slept for, 72 hours, 3, 4, 5 days, your brain starts messing with you. You start seeing some weird stuff. Like, if you're not a mentally tough dude, everything just starts to unravel.
now that they've been starved into a stupor, the guerrilla leaders offer them something they can't resist.
Hot food, yes. Please eat it all up.
Boiled offal.
Make sure you get plenty of eyeball. Give you good energy.
I think I've got some kidneys, I've had some tongue, some brains, some stomach lining. Not the first choice on the menu, but very good nonetheless.
The food has given their bodies a desperately needed boost, but its effect on their minds is like a tranquilizer.
So I'll make a sling over the back of the pack.
We have the correct fuel, Commander?
300 litres, sir.
Why are we standing here?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Confusion reigns on the next body-breaking task, moving 300 litres of fuel 10 kilometres.
Hey, if everybody except one person is carrying 2 jerrys, we've got too many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have you got one in your pack? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We do have one too many, alright?
No, you don't.
Raise your hand if you don't have one in your pack now. Everyone's got one in their pack. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Do I see? Listen to me.
This man is not listening to you. Ask you that question again about does he have one in his pack?
Do you have one in your pack?
No, it's going to be... Okay, no,
Right.
there you go.
We have the right amount now.
That man not listening to you.
So,
You counted it. I had 2.
the first 4 guys up front, go there now. Take yourself 2 Jerry each. So you got, sorry, correction, so you got 3 Jerrys, 1 in your pack.
Guys, when you're that tired and that hungry, dude, the simplest of tasks like carrying freaking water cans becomes a challenge. Let's see how these guys navigate it.
Rotate forward, that way guys are resting their arms. They just move forward, drop the Jerry, move to the back or move to flank security.
Right, get the extra Jerry up the front. That man carries it for fucking 20 metres, puts it down. Next person picks up on the way through.
Right,
Next person, then we break.
That's exactly how I did this task whenever I went to selection, right? You carry the cans in a line. Once you're tired, put it down, and then you just file to the back, right? People steps in, and then they keep carrying.
That's the first plan I've heard all morning.
By late afternoon, the energy from the food has long gone.
Oh, just come in for a sec. Just do it.
Number 37 loses consciousness and collapses head first.
Roll over onto your side. Roll over to your side.
Hold there up front. Hold there.
You just blacked out, mate.
He blacked out, mate.
Put your arms, okay. Sit back up so it's fucking comfortable for you. Okay, take your webbing off, mate. Take your webbing off.
Okay,
it's pretty heavy. You alright? Yeah? Alright. What happened?
You just fainted, mate.
Alright.
Where's your med kit?
Alright, let's go. Let's keep going. Get some RS here first, mate. Otherwise you go down again.
You good, mate?
We gotta get going.
You guys, calm down, relax.
Determined not to give the directing staff any reason to doubt his stamina, 37 marches on.
Guys, the body is capable of doing a lot more than you think, all right? So even when shit like this happens, cadres are sitting off to the side, seeing how everything is handled, how your teammates reacting, how is you as an individual that just passed out reacting, right? A lot could be learned from this.
6 gut-wrenching hours later, they reach their destination. Now, in a brief moment of rest, they're asked to rate the performance of their fellow candidates.
Yes, right, exact. All right, so in our selection process, we have something very similar. We call it pinks and blues, right? So, hey, you get a couple of blue cards to give to the guys that perform well, and you rack and stack them. And then you got a few pink cards to give to the guys that didn't perform too well. You rack and stack them, right? And then cadre's taking all of that. They're reading the feedback on how you feel about the guys that were rolling with you, all right? So I'm glad to see that they do something pretty similar.
Difficult to do, but I guess it's a good way of them finding out. Someone might look good from the outside, but not be very well liked on the inside. It could be personality based, but it's a good way for them to understand the team dynamics from the inside, I guess.
The directing staff are leaving no stone unturned in assessing the candidates. Every last bit of information will be used by the regiment in the final days of selection. For the remaining handful of men, the last 2 days of the SAS selection course merge into a continuous series of unachievable tasks. Their bodies are pounded, while their minds are bombarded with strange and confusing scenarios.
What enemy?
At all times, their starved, sleep-deprived behaviour is being closely observed and analysed. The regiment is determined to weed out any last undetected weak links. By the final day, the candidates are living in their own private hell.
Everyone's just really in the hurt locker at the moment. The boys are just walking ghosts. They're just totally fatigued, very, very hungry, and just got nothing left in the bank really. It's just they're slugging away. Can't do anything too quickly. No one's really thinking too straight as well.
Right to the very end, candidates will cave in and withdraw. Number 24 has suddenly injured his back, and he is now in a cloud of
That sucks, man, to be this close and gotta pull the plug.
doubt.
Just felt like a stabbing pain, or a red hot poker in the side of my back. So I just off the spine, like on the right hand side. It's not too bad if I just stand still, or don't put too much strain on it. But as soon as I try and pick anything up on the right side, it's fucking pretty debilitating.
With the ambulance lurking, 24 is being tempted to get medical help. But consenting to an examination risks being pulled from the course within grasp of the finishing line. For now, with the help of the team, he can continue on.
When you walk how many Ks with a bunch of blokes and you can't help out, at least it's very limited what you can do, and you feel pretty bad.
By late afternoon, the pressure on 24 is coming from all sides.
It's becoming a burden to us, mate, that we're going to carry your pack. Just go get checked out and see what's wrong.
And that's what sucks, man, because now your teammates are carrying your equipment, and psychologically that's going to mess with you, all right? You don't want to be a burden on the team. However, you want to see this to the end. So what's the right answer here? You guys let me know.
Shouldn't have too much farther, fellas.
These men have all but finished the hardest journey of their lives. Only now does the regiment finally have the men where they need them.
We will break an individual down to see his true character. We'll see his strengths and we'll see his weaknesses. We'll see his cognitive ability in situations where he's had very little sleep, situations where he hasn't eaten for a long time, or he has been at the absolute limits of human endurance to come up with a solution to achieve the mission.
Finally, 24 succumbs to the pain and asks to be taken to the medic. He knows that at this late stage, his chances of success are now in serious jeopardy.
I wish I hadn't bothered and just kept my mouth shut. If you go and see it, you might not come back out. That's, I suppose, the risk you take.
It is now the last night of the selection process, and as 24 is driven towards almost certain failure, those left face one last sleepless night. For 28, it's time to reflect on how he has managed to survive.
Try this point, guys, you're right around the corner, right? It's like you can start, like you could feel the joy, right? Because, again, identical what we went through at SFAS that these guys are going through right now.
I look at this a bit differently, maybe. I don't consider it to be a course. You know, this is, I'm here to do a job, you know, and you only get to go home when the job's done.
Making it to the end of this 21-day ordeal does not guarantee selection. The regiment reserves the right to take only those who truly fit the profile.
Look, there are going to be soldiers that complete this course and won't be selected. At the end of the day, they're very good soldiers. I mean, they have passed this selection course, but they just have a little trait that may not be suitable for this unit. And I know they're going to be bitterly disappointed. I can tell you that now because I've seen it before.
And that's unfortunate. We have something pretty similar It's called a 21-day non-select. You go all the way through just to find out at the end that you were not selected. It's defeating as hell. However, you get a chance to come back in some instances. So let's see how these guys do the final minutes, see who gets selected, and then how things go.
You want to achieve success at the end of the day, and the hardest thing is not knowing if you've done enough.
The senior directing staff now meet for the final time. Tonight they will re-examine each remaining candidate, and by morning the axe will fall again. And for those who are chosen, it is just the beginning.
At the end of the selection course, I'll probably say, yes, this is the hardest thing that I've ever done. Now, I can tell you right now that from my own personal experience, the hardest thing that I did was the first activity after selection. In order to get the Sandy Beret with a winged dagger badge affixed with the motto, "Who Dares Wins," they'll undergo 18 months of intense training, both mentally and physically. They'll be tested every day. They'll be assessed every day. They're basically on a daily renewable contract.
Those left standing tonight may or may not gain selection. Each know they have now done all they can.
Personal pride pretty much kept me going, and I finished the course. I was one of the few to finish the course, and if I get selected, that'll be even better. But I'll be able to look back on this phase of my life and say, well, at least I had a go, and I was there till the end.
"130 candidates started the SAS selection course. After 3 weeks, just 26 have been chosen to commence training. Their identities can never be revealed. Their lives will never be the same."
Guys, what do you guys think about this, man? Awesome course. 21 days of just pure hell. All right, proud of these dudes. Like, I like watching this because it takes me back to 2008 when I went to selection. We started off with 402-ish individuals, and towards the end, 78 got selected. All right, so watching this gives me goosebumps. It brings me back to the old days. All right, shout out to everybody that got selected. Shout out to everybody that went to that selection process. Right, you're still 1% of the 1% of that population, so you have everything to be proud of. All right, appreciate you guys watching this. Guys, if there's anything else out there you want me to provide commentary to, please let me know in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves.